As you might remember, yesterday I got caught in a big storm, and there was hail and there was rain and wind. And then I made a comment. I say that whenever I'm in the middle of a storm like this, I can't stop but thinking about the stray animals. They are out there. I can think of kitties living with their feral moms, living in a safe place, and then water arrives and just gets rid of them. And same thing for the dogs. This is this is what I think. I don't know. I think it's a very common thought among animal lovers. When I was in Turkey, when I was living there, I saw many floods, and I saw many thousands of animals losing their lives. Now, somebody made a comment, and he say, well, but why don't you think of the humans? They get floods as well, and they are under the rain and everything. And then that got me thinking, you're completely right. I think of humans as well. But, sometimes we think that humans, they can't take care of themselves. And this is a very wrong thought, I have to say, because there are many helpless humans. You just have to look at the news. There are refugees all over the world. There's poverty everywhere. The income disparity is massive. So I give it to you. Yeah, we should think more about humans. We should think more about humans. But then I remember, and I think about humans too. Actually, I like to do as much as I can for my fellow men and women and children. And while I really am very short of time and very pressed for time, I like to do my own small things, and maybe in the future I'll tell you about it very soon, big things. So I remember this story, and I remember the day I found Jesus. I found Jesus. It's not that I found Christianity or anything like that. Actually, I found Christianity many years ago, and I left. So please don't hold it against me. I'm not a Christian, or I'm not anything really. But that doesn't mean that you cannot live by a moral code, and that doesn't mean that you don't have principles and ethics. This is very important. So I'll tell you the story. I was walking one day in front of my girlfriend's house. She was my girlfriend at the time. And I saw this guy there. There has been some rains, and there was a young guy, really living on the streets. He was all wet, and apparently some football fans had beaten him up a few days before. So he was really looking pretty bad. He was living on the streets. So I was just walking with my dogs, and one of them went to him and smelled him, and he was so kind. He was a homeless man on the streets, being very kind to my dog. I was very touched. And I thought, this guy could be me, or my brothers, or or a friend of mine. And I felt so bad. Sometimes you have this, something assaults you, and it's, no, I can do something. So I say to the guy, look, do you like dogs? Yes, I love dogs, and they love me. And I could see that my dogs loved the guy. They were on top of him, and they were playing, and it was a really nice interaction. So I say to him, look, this is probably a little bit crazy, but would you like to come and stay at my house? Stay there for a few days, get a shower, eat properly, get some new clothes, find your way again. I don't know, maybe it was a bit crazy because, I didn't really know anything about the guy, but I really didn't like him to be on the streets. So I guess at the end of the day, it's the same feeling, it's the same impulse that we have when we rescue an animal. To rescue an animal and to rescue a person, I don't think the feeling and the impulse has to be something very different. So I invited this guy to come, and, he had nothing to lose. I could have beaten him up or killed him, but he was in such a state. So he came to my house, and gave him a shower, gave him some new clothes. He was much smaller than me, actually, so I gave him a brother extra clothes, and it fit him right. And he slept for nearly 2 days. He was so exhausted, He ate very well, and, sat there, watched TV, rested. And he kept on saying to me, can I help you? Can I do this? Can I do that for you? No, 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 no. Your job is to sit down and relax and rest and eat and get back your strength. And then, fix whatever problems you have. Yeah, that's. So his name was Jesus. Jesus. Over here in Spain, Jesus is a fairly common name. So I rescued Jesus. I found Jesus, and Jesus came to me, and he lived with me in my house for about a couple of months. What a great guy. Really, what a great guy. Whenever I was in a rush or I had to go to a meeting, he would take the doggies out. I mean, really, this guy, he was a great flatmate, I have to say, or housemate, because I live in a house. And it was a pleasure having him there, really. We would take him to our own events and parties and birthday. He came to the birthday party of my brother, and he met my family, and the guy was really great. And then one day, he comes to me and he said, look, Ivan, I have to tell you something. And I said, what's up? And he said, you know what? There's a woman inside me. And I'm like, oh, there's a woman inside you. Okay. Well, just, fine. I have no problem if you. No, you don't understand me. There is a woman inside me talking to me. And I'm like, oh, no. Yes, she speaks to me from within me, and she tells me things. And oh my God, no, really? Yeah. And last night, that woman told me to take your cat, Monkey, and smash him against the wall. I said, look, great. Just don't listen to this woman. Come on, get your things. We have to go somewhere. So I took him to a nearby hospital, and we went to speak to the psychiatric team, who very quickly realized that the guy was having a psychotic episode. So when he came to the house, he had told me that his family had disowned him, and the family suddenly, they had got rid of him. When he arrived to the hospital, I saw his ID, and I could take him. I took a picture of the ID, and that way I traced his family. I found them. They live in a city about a couple of hour drive. And he had told me that his family didn't want to see him or anything. So I found them and I called them. My God, his family, they were so happy to hear about him. They were so happy. Really, they drove to my city so quickly to find their son. That was one of the most beautiful moments in my life. This guy had lost his family. He was living on the streets, and suddenly he was reunited with his family. So when he saw them, he was so shocked, and like, why did you call them? How? And he started crying. So it was a really, really, really moving moment. It was, as I said, it was an incredible, beautiful moment, and I will never forget that. So Jesus went and left and went to live with his family, and they put him on treatment, and he had all kinds of psychological issues, but he started following medication. And last time I heard from him, about a couple of months ago, he was doing great. He was taking his meds, and he had taken a training course, and he was going to start working somewhere. And I was so happy I did this. I was so happy. So yes, I took a risk saving Jesus, and then Jesus took a risk by coming and live with me. But I guess the lesson is that if you don't risk anything, you don't gain anything either. I gained the satisfaction of having saved that guy, and he gained his life back, and he made a friend. And why I was telling you this? Well, yeah, because that guy that said that we animal people don't think about humans and everything. Look, I really believe in helping everyone. So you know, this channel is called Viktor Larkhill. Well, the thing is that I have focused it on my animal saving work, and this is why all of you are here. You know, probably none of you care the slightest about what I do in my personal life. Actually, I try to keep it separately from this page, from this channel. But you know, I think I have to tell you something. There's something I'm starting, and I really want to make you, if you want, a part of it. But I will tell you tomorrow. So I'm sorry, I have to go. But tomorrow I'm going to tell you this beautiful project that I have been working on for the last month, and we can all make a difference. And it's going to be incredible. And it's not about people, it's not about animals, it's about people. And I will tell you tomorrow. Okay, big kiss. See you tomorrow.